Congratulations, Maine Medical Center, on a successful vote to keep your union, Maine State Nurses Association. Also, the ratio, the difference of voting yes or no for the union significantly increased compared to their first successful union election last year. So it's as if they are gaining support for their union as they go along. So maybe we need to thank the anti-union busters there, or the National Right to Work Foundation, because they're gaining support. Yeah. Thanks.
I'm going to try to bring you some good news from time to time. So I have some today, and that is a big W, a big win for the House of Labor. So let's go into this. In a landslide of 1,108 to 387 vote, Maine nurses rejected efforts to decertify their union. Can we get a hello somebody on that? That is indeed a beautiful, beautiful thing. The labor movement certainly has been the bright light in a lot of darkness in this country over the last, let me just start with the last few years. But that is indeed a beautiful thing. And my God, why would employers, why would they try to mess with the folks' unionization? Well, we know why. They do not want, and that is the bosses, they don't want to see workers have equal say in their wages, their benefits, and their work conditions. They push back on right-wing efforts of lawyers to try to stop or try to decertify, because they had already voted overwhelmingly. According to Common Dreams, the vote was held in August of 2021, and it was heavily favored for the union. They won, only to have efforts of the bosses try to decertify their unionization. But we are here to say today that they will stay unionized. And who are the they? Yeah, let me tell you, or at least the union. I mean, it's the nurses at the Maine Medical Center. Come on, nurses, come through like you usually do. So proud that the majority of your members are stuck strong, understanding why it is so important to be unionized, that there is strength in solidarity, pushing back against the machine, the bosses, for trying to divide and conquer. You all held strong, and you are yet an inspiration to others who are working so hard to try to push for unionization all over this country. We are so happy and so proud of you. And I just got to give a shout out to nurses while I'm talking about the nurses. Y'all bad. Y'all are bad. You're beasts. You're good. You're all of that. And I am blessed that I've had the opportunity to work with nurses all across this country. Let me shout out the National Nurses United. It has been a beautiful thing to be in solidarity with you, pushing for something that is necessary in this country, and that is universal health care, Medicare for all. I couldn't let this moment pass and talking about nurses and unionization to talk about why it is so important to have universal health care. Yeah, that's my song. I'm going to sing it a lot. Other reasons why we should be excited about what the Maine nurses accomplished is because we know that there's a correlation between having a strong union and wages, having a strong union and benefits, having a strong union and work conditions. Those things absolutely go together. And that is why the system itself, those who control the system, the bosses of the system, fight so hard to prevent unionization, because they know that solidarity is there. You know, the PRO Act is still pending in the Congress right now. For the life of me, I do not know why Democrats have not pushed harder for that. The Republicans have lost their mind, so we're going to just put that in the parking lot for now. But the PRO Act, protecting the right to organize. If that bill was passed, if and when, God knows it needs to pass, it would prohibit employers from trying to stop workers from unionizing. And we know that that's happening in industries all across this country, from Amazon to Starbucks. You know, you got these big bosses, these the oligarchs of this country trying to crush workers. And that's what they do. Their profits are blood money. That's what that is. And so whether it's in the healthcare industry, the food service industry, we have forces that do not want workers to get what they deserve. And so we must continue to fight and continue to push back. And Maine nurses, you did just that. Thank you. The whole notion of unions is very important to the fabric of this nation and to ensuring that the workers have solidarity and a better than good chance of being able to bargain at the table for benefits, for work conditions, for salaries, for that is so important. And so big ups again to the nurses of Maine for maintaining their unions. Majority of the American people are on the side of unionization as well. The Pew Research Center conducted a survey and found that 58% of Americans believe that the lack of unions or not having unions is bad for the country. And 61% believe that not having a union is bad for the workers. So we see clearly where the American people are, different from where the oligarchs are. So we must keep pushing. Another thing that must happen, the PRO Act must pass, protecting the right to organize so that bosses, employers cannot deny workers the right to organize through intimidation, through firing. I mean, we see those tactics happening all over the country, whether it's Amazon or Starbucks. We must continue to push this Congress to pass the PRO Act. Why it has not passed yet, God only knows. We still need to have it passed. And if we keep pushing, we will make that a reality. But in the meantime, in between time, Maine nurses, baby, y'all did that. You sure did. You did that. And other workers across this country are fighting against the odds to continue to either fight for better wages, work conditions, because they already have a union, or to unionize. And so we are here in solidarity with you. And speaking of solidarity, I want to bring in the voice of one of the greatest unionists of the 20th century. His name is Asa Philip Randolph, and he led an organization, the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. And this is what he said about justice overall. And make no mistake, unionization, people having the right to have a union, is indeed about justice. It is about economic justice. It is about respect in the workplace. He said the following: justice is never given, it is exacted. And the struggle must be continuous, for freedom is never a final fact, but a continuing, evolving process to higher and higher levels of human, social, economic, political, and religious relationship. There it is. Brother Asa Philip Randolph laid it out for us. So let's continue to fight for those higher and higher levels so that people can live a good life. Go ahead. Big up, nurses, and to all who are leading the fight to ensure that workers have unions. All power to the people, in the great immortal words of Fred Hampton, and power to the unions.